Okay, well, welcome back to our podcast. My name is Bree.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Kelsey.
And before we get started today, we wanted to say something real quick.
So we are fully aware of what's happening in the world right now in all 50 states, around everywhere, like literally everywhere it feels like.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And we just kind of want to let everyone know that we support wholeheartedly the Black Lives Matter movement, everything that goes with that and stuff. So we're going to leave a link in the description of at least our Podbean website and on our Facebook. I'm going to try to figure out a way to leave it on Spotify because I'm still not used to that. But it'll give you like resources on education about Black history and stuff like that, and places where you can donate, whether it's bail funds, memorial funds, etc., etc. So we didn't want to like pretend that this shit wasn't happening because that's some white privilege bullshit. So yeah.
So this is our way to try to help out. And like
Yeah.
Kelsey said, like we'll leave links down below. Anything that you guys do is gonna help. Like,
Yeah, even if it's just sharing it on your social media. Like, we understand that not everybody can go out and protest and donate and shit, so just spread the word and help educate people. Read books, watch documentaries, do stuff. I can even leave a list of shit like you can watch and read because I have
yep,
a lot of resources.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah! Oh wait, is it controversial to say defund the police on here? 'Cause I've
Probably.
said defund the police. I already said it!
Oh, shit. Okay. Anyway, so onwards to today's topic. I'm actually pretty excited for this because you two have no idea what we're going to talk about.
No clue.
No bloody clue. And it has been so satisfying to know what we were going to talk about and none of y'all knowing what's going on.
Okay.
But, to be fair, it is a rather simple subject, and this is a subject that I believe that everybody has at least gone through once, and I figured it would be fun to talk about nightmares.
Oh, that could be sweet. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so
Whoa.
okay, here, let me start this again. So we all know that I'm a stoner.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have basically two major reasons as to why I do it. One, so that I don't have very bad temper outbursts. Yes, I know this is a problem. I'm working on it. Leave me alone. Two, it's so I don't have nightmares.
Oh.
Those are my two major reasons. I used to have my nightmares like every single night. I had the reoccurring dreams. I had the ones where you like wake up from the middle of it and go back to sleep and then get right back into it. I've had the ones that, freak you out so bad, like you wake up in the middle of the night, like clutching your chest, and then you can't remember a damn thing about it.
Yeah.
Like, I've had any and all of them in between, but I actually have a couple of them where I remember all the details.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
So,
I have a couple too.
yeah. So I figured, why not? Let's talk about nightmares and let's try to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Sound good?
down.
So who wants to go first with their nightmares? Because I like I said, I got a handful, so.
I don't know. No, not me, because I'm not good at remembering nightmares, so I have to think. Because I enjoy my nightmares, so like, the more I enjoy my dreams, the
Jesus.
more like,
Sorry, someone's calling me.
how dare you?
964. I have no idea the numbers.
Unprofessional!
Fired. I'm sorry, you are no longer a part of the podcast.
I don't normally need to turn off my phone or anything. No one ever calls.
Nobody ever calls me.
We call you.
Yeah. And Josh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Isaac, do you want to share one or no?
You start.
Okay.
I'll remember.
So, this is...
I'll just go with the obvious one.
Yeah. Okay. So, this nightmare I actually had when I was 6 years old. I was living in a town that I'm not going to name right now. And anyway, I was little, and this nightmare, like I had this nightmare for 2.5 weeks. And
that's brutal.
So it starts out on a hilltop, and there's rainbows in the sky, and there's sparkles and glitters everywhere, and there's like little puffs of fairies flying around, and I'm in it.
nightmare, dude, if I do say so myself.
Wait, it gets better. So, I'm actually like wearing like this really cute like sundress. It was like yellow with like little flowers and shit on it. And up comes this gorgeous fucking unicorn with like flowing rainbow colored hair, and like its like coat was so like shiny and glistening. It looked like it was just like, think of like Twilight with fucking Edward stepping out into the sun, just sparkles, right? And it was just like so cute and everything, and
Terrifying.
it would always come trotting up
scared
to
right
me,
now.
and then like I would pet its face and I would love on it and everything, and then all of a sudden like the sky started to change colors. Like it went like a dark red that like had like black oozing in through the clouds and shit, and like the whole grass like just turned purple, and like there was like this strong wind that like just ripped everything out until it's like me and this unicorn, and like I'm like holding on to it like scared for my life until I start feeling like this dripping sensation on my shoulder. And then I would like look up and I would watch like the unicorn's mouth open up, and I'd see every single teeth just slowly start to fall out. And then this black ooze would like start dripping out of the holes, and then I would watch the fangs pop in, and then it would just like dart, and like all I would see is like teeth enclosing in my vision, and then I would wake up.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with you, child?
Wow.
That scared me so bad. So bad. And that was a reoccurring dream for 2.5 weeks.
God damn.
I've
Yeah.
never had one of those.
Oh, yeah. Bro, my nightmares are pretty fucking intense.
Seriously. I've had a few like super intense nightmares like that, but normally they're just kind of creepy more than anything
Yeah.
for the most part. And like speaking of teeth, for a while there, before I quit smoking cigarettes, I had lots of nightmares about my teeth falling out and my teeth turning to dust and things like that.
Ugh.
And that was a recurring thing. Yeah, and it got like really disturbing after a while. It's like, good God, I just want these fucking teeth dreams to end. And then, yeah, I haven't had one since I quit smoking cigarettes. So
Oh, that's nice.
I think that was like the psychological root of it there.
Yeah. Wait, is that your nightmare story?
No, that's a little mess.
Okay.
One of my earlier nightmares, since you started with like an earlier childhood one, I had this little freaking. Do you remember the Godzilla movie that came out in like 1999 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And as a kid, I really loved that movie because I loved the design of the Godzilla monsters and everything. I
Wait.
thought it was cool because I was a little
Hold
kid.
on. Is that the one with the eggs in the building?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
eggs
Oh, I
in
loved
Madison
that as
Square
a
Garden.
kid.
Yeah, as a kid, it was great. Now I watch it, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved it as a kid, so.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was kind of creepy, when I was really little. And, yeah, but I got a Godzilla plushie, and it had like a plastic head on it and everything, and yeah, it was really cool. And it made roars and sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
And one time I had a nightmare, and this is when I was living with the stepmom and everything in town, and had a bunk bed, and I was up on the top bunk, and yeah, this frickin' doll, I just hear something kind of skittering in the dark, and I kind of wake up in the dream. I wake up and look around like, what is that? And then I see the fucking doll. It's the Godzilla doll, and it's like skittering around the floor of the bedroom, and it hasn't really noticed me yet. And I'm just hoping it doesn't notice me, and then eventually it kind of turns around and sees me there, and it starts fucking talking. The thing starts talking to me. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I do remember, yeah, it just had this kind of weird, sinister voice to it, kind of like high-pitched. It's kind of hard to explain. It was like, because I was a kid, so it had like a, yeah, kind of voice. I kind of remember that. Yeah, and this thing proceeded to then climb up the fucking post of the bed and try to attack me. And come at me and bite me and shit. and then I woke up.
Bro, what?
So I was a little bit terrified of my Godzilla plushie for a while. Yeah.
Oh my god. Bro, that sounds creepy as shit.
It was
And
terrifying.
then just like to wake up and like look at the doll, it's just like
Yeah, exactly. And it's still sitting there in the bedroom. Yeah.
oh man.
Like, no. I'm putting him away for a while.
Lock it up with a padlock.
But seriously. I don't even know whatever happened to him. I don't have him anymore, I don't think. But... Oh well. That's fine.
Oh, good lord.
Childhood trauma.
Okay, Kelsey, do you have one? Or do you need more time?
No, I guess I have one. It's just not as vivid as your guys's. So, like, if we're going from earliest, the earliest nightmare I can remember, I think I was 6 or 7. I was sleeping on my couch for some reason. I don't fucking know. And my parents were watching, like, Nightmare on Elm Street movie, so I fell asleep to them watching that movie.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah. So, 7-year-old me, in my dream, I'm walking down this alleyway and I'm like in my pajamas, like no shoes on, just walking. And like you remember that scene from the original Nightmare on Elm Street where he's like following the blonde girl and his arms are outstretched and like his nails are like scraping like the fucking wall and garbage cans and shit.
yeah.
So that was following me in my dream. And I remember running away from him and he was just walking like he was Jason Voorhees or something. And then I remember, like, falling? I think I was falling. Like, I fell down, like, a pothole. And, like, I remember I woke up after that. But, like I said, I'm not good with remembering nightmares. Like, literally all I remember is getting chased by Freddy Krueger when he has those little Stretch Armstrong arms and falling down like a hole and then forcing myself to wake up because that's what I do with nightmares. Like, at first it's fun. And then once it's not fun anymore, my ass is like, nope, I'm not doing this today. No, ma'am, I know where I'm at. I don't like this. And I wake myself up.
Yeah. I've had nightmares like that, too. I had nightmares about one of our ex-housemates. That I had nightmares that he was living in the house again somehow. And it's like, and I was just terrified at first. And I was just like, wait, no, that's not fucking possible. This guy's, like, gone permanently. There's no way he can just come back without our permission or anything, you know? And so then once I realized that, yeah, I would just, like, grab him and, like, try to sink my fingers into his eyes. And just, like, poke him in the eyes. It's just like, what you gonna do? You're not real. You're a dream. And then I'd wake up. And, yeah, so it worked.
Yeah, no, because I've had them for so long and so often, like, I just, like, I get, like, this feeling, like, I'll recognize that it's a nightmare, and I'm just like, fuck. And then it's like, alright, what are you gonna do to me now? What the fuck's gonna happen? How am I gonna die? Just get it over with so I could go back to sleep. But, yeah. I don't have tricks like that.
That's literally what I do, and that's why I don't really have a lot of nightmare stories. That and, like, almost all my nightmares, it's like, I'm getting chased by, like, Leatherface or Freddy Krueger or something like that. I don't really have, like, my dreams themselves are very creative and weird, but my nightmares are very much like, you're getting chased and you're gonna get killed. Except when I was younger and I had dreams about hell. But that's a different story.
Most of mine usually involve me, like, dying, I'm assuming, either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've only had, like, I don't have the chase dreams very often. Like, and when they do, like, it's, okay, hold on. I'll tell that one in a little bit. But I did have one chase dream that I was not actually scared of, only because I thought it was so fucking pretty, and I couldn't, like, get past that in order to be scared enough to be running. But this is one that I used to have in high school all the time. And so this one was actually like a duo. So I would have this dream or this nightmare, and then I'd wake up from it, go back to sleep, and then it would start another nightmare, like kind of on the same trail, but not quite. It was like a story almost. It was weird.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about in like regular dreams and like occasionally nightmares.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the first half of it would be I would be walking at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, like walking around the neighborhood. You remember how I used to do that?
Mhm.
So I would be walking around, and I would always be walking in the middle of the street, and I'd have like the light posts going off, and I could feel like having earbuds in my ears, but they weren't like going, like nothing was playing. So I'd
Mm.
just be like kind of walking, and then I would start seeing like the light posts like start going out like one by one, and then
Oh.
they all start like lighting up with like blue flame, and then I would feel like something watching me from behind, and I would turn around. And this normally, I feel like normal people, if they were having this dream, they would just fucking run. Okay. My dumbass though tries to run, realize I can't get away, and just stop, turn around, and just wait for it to come to me.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. And it would always be a jaguar skull, just a fucking skull floating in the air with blue flame coming out of all the holes, and it's just leaving like this trail, and it's just kind of like sidewinding a little bit so you can see like the
Uh,
flame trail as it goes behind, and it's just casually going, and there's like some kind of like see-through like silk shawl like tucked underneath, so it's like floating with the flame, so it's got like these like fluttery bits, and it would just like open its mouth and close it every now and then, and it would just casually come up to me and then would bite my face.
oh God. Oh God. Yeah.
You know,
That would
and
be a
then
little freaky, yeah.
and this would start the part of the next dream. So the next one would be I'm suddenly in a bus with all these really pretty girls, and we're going somewhere in the middle of the woods for training for our swim team. I don't know why. What the fuck ever. We get there, and it's this really pretty but kind of run down like Victorian mansion just in the middle of the fucking woods. And the whole reason why we
Well,
go
that's
over
never
there
good.
the whole reason why we go over there is because they have this huge indoor swimming pool that they were offering for our swim team to use to practice for the tournament. So we go in, and they let us explore for a little bit, but then we have to go to the pool, and they tell us that we have to sleep next to the pool. So for some reason everybody's okay with this, so we all unroll like our sleeping bags, and we do our training and whatnot, get showered, and then go to sleep. And I woke up from my dream nap to see the whole pool just lighting up with like these little orbs of light.
Uh,
And I crawled over to the edge of the pool, and I was kind of looking in, and I saw one start floating towards the top because they're just floating in the water, and it's fucking eyeballs, just glowing eyeballs. And I like turned to look at my team, and I see all of them are missing their eyeballs. And so
uh,
like I freaked out and stood up to try to go find somebody, slipped and fell, and then it was morning and everybody had their eyes. And I was, freaking out. I was like, what the fuck is
fuck.
going on? Like, what the hell? And we just repeat the day. We go and explore the mansion for a little bit. We eat, we go do our training, and we shower and go to sleep. But when we went to the kitchen to go eat, I remember I grabbed like a little dinner knife, and slipped it into my pocket. So I remember all the girls would lay down in their beds, and I had my hand under the pillow, and I was watching the pool. And I started seeing the pool light up again, like right as I was about ready to pass out. And like it had like a glass top, so like the pool was originally being lit by the moonlight. And then so like the
Yeah.
pool starts to glow, and then like this shadowy form just starts like walking out of the pool. And it goes to each of the girls, and just with a silver spoon just starts scooping out their eyes and throwing them in the
What
pool.
the fuck, dude?
But their eyes kept growing back. So he was like scooping out like 4 pairs of eyes from everybody, and some of them gave like 8 and stuff. So he was like on some of the girls like for a while, and like all I could hear was the squelching of the spoon doing the scooping, like when you scoop jello. That's what it sounded
Yeah.
like.
Oh my god.
And he comes to me and like I didn't do anything. I just kind of like looked at my like lifted up my head and like looked at him and he like froze and saw that I was awake. And like in this voice, I don't know how to describe it because it wasn't like I heard it, it was like I felt it.
Mm.
And he goes, "You are not supposed to be awake." And I didn't say anything and I just stayed there and he goes to grab me and I went to cut his hand, but it went like the knife went right through his hand. And so he just picked me up and like threw me in the pool and like I sank to the bottom and like looked up and I seen all the eyes like turn to me, like all glowing, and they're all turning to me. And then like it gets so bright that it's just white and then I wake up.
What the fuck? Wow.
Yeah.
That sounded like a Guillermo del Toro movie. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, seriously.
That's one of my favorites. I have favorite nightmares, guys. Like
I mean, you have a lot more like long, detailed memory of your nightmares than I usually do.
You gotta remember, like, these dreams, the ones I'm telling you guys, these are the ones that I had for like anywhere between like to a couple weeks to a couple months every single night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how come I can remember so much of it and like all the details is because it literally happens like all the time.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. They'd be kind of cool just like seeing like a video or something. I bet you they'd be so fucking trippy.
Jesus.
Yeah, no shit.
Do you guys have any other ones? Because I have one more.
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
I think this one
Sorry.
may have technically been sleep paralysis, possibly.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was really interesting. And this was living out in the house, out in the country, and it's kind of common theme in like my creepiest nightmares where I like wake up in my bedroom and something happens.
Oh.
Yeah, so I wake up in my bedroom and it's daytime, and I'm laying there and I just get this feeling, this idea or impression that there's something downstairs, kind of looking up the stairs or kind of coming up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And and I start feeling like the hair raising on my body and everything. And I go to like sit up or do something, but I can't. And I'm just stuck laying there. And the impression of this thing just keeps getting closer and closer. And it's like almost like you were saying, like it wasn't talking, but almost like I could hear it communicating something telepathically almost.
Yeah, like it was coming from the inside of you and not from like outside.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to ask, who are you? What are you? What do you want? But I can't say anything. I can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I kind of see the image in my head of this girl wearing kind of like a gray dress with no face.
Ooh.
And that's who or what is coming up the stairs. But I haven't seen it yet. And the door is open. The door to my bedroom is open. And this thing is like coming up, and I know it's just about to turn around the corner, come around the corner and look at me. And then I woke up from the dream in my bedroom, looking right at the door, but now it's closed. And it was morning, just like in the dream too.
Oh god.
So I lay there for a minute. That was one of the dreams where I just full on sweating, panicking, like, what the fuck was that? And it just felt so real. It felt like I was really there and really in this weird kind of paralyzed state. And it was,
that would fucking suck, dude.
God.
It was pretty terrifying, and as it got closer, it was like, I knew that communicating with it wasn't gonna work, so I was just,
Damn,
what
that's
is this thing? It sucked. That was when I was like 17 or something.
Ooh.
Or 18? I forget now. Terrifying.
Now that I'm as old as I am, I don't remember how long ago.
I don't remember the exact year. Yeah.
Kelsey, do you have any, like, you don't have to go like nightmare. Do you have any like dream that was like super weird or super creepy?
I mean, we could always talk about I can give you like vague descriptions of all the nightmares I had as all the nightmares that like relate to each other that I had as a kid.
Sure.
Because of my Christian upbringing. Thanks, Mom. Love you so much.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want to go in too deep because eventually I do want to talk about like possession movies and stuff with our good friend Josh, and we want to talk about it from a kid that grew up in church.
Yeah.
But, most of my nightmares stemmed from believing in the existence of a hell, and so I was always scared. Like, in my nightmares, I would always die, and I would always end up in hell, and it was usually me just running away from demons or the devil in this fiery abyss. And, like, when you're running, I don't know if you guys have this in your dreams or whatever, but, like, do you ever, like, when you're running, feel like you're, like, running through, like, what is that, sinking sand thing or whatever? Like,
or, like, molasses or something?
Molasses and shit like that, or when you're trying to call 911 in a dream, you're, like, you keep pressing the wrong buttons and shit.
Yes.
I haven't had the phone one, but I have had the molasses one.
All the time. That was me in hell, like running through hell and just like not really being able to run because like my legs were like stuck in fucking molasses and shit. I'd have dreams like that all the time, which fucked me up.
Jesus.
And like the only other reoccurring nightmares that I can think of are ones where like a plane crashes into my house and I die. But I wonder where I got that complex from.
Oh my god. Yeah. I had that one, but that one turned like more of an acid trip than a nightmare.
Well, I have that dream all the time. I'm always like in a house and like a plane crashes through our house. That's why when I lived with my parents, which is near like the airport over here, like I was always scared. I'm always scared when like an airplane flies over my house because I'm afraid that it's gonna like crash into my fucking house and then I'm gonna die. I'm not afraid of flying and crashing. I'm afraid of like being home and something else crashing into our house. It's so stupid and weird, but like I think that comes from like what happened in 9/11 or whatever. Because that's all I've been having the dreams.
Okay, well, so you had like a nightmare that like went so far as to affect you in your waking moment.
Yeah.
Isaac, do you have anything like that? Because I just realized I have one of those.
You do?
I do. But Isaac, did you have a nightmare so bad over something so silly that it literally like affected you in your waking moments?
No, not really. Not nightmares per se. I would freak myself out while awake in ways that would affect my day-to-day life to where I would just be so paralyzed of doing certain things that,
Okay, you guys...
Not in like my waking hours for long after, maybe like the next day. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So you guys ready to laugh at me?
Always.
I wonder if I should just... Okay, I'm just going to tell you what it affected me, and then I'll tell you the dream that made me affected by it. Okay. I cannot sit on a toilet if it's being flushed. I just can't. I can't. Even if it's like in the cusp of like going down and like being refilled, like I have to wait until the water like comes back, or I have to be completely off the seat before I flush. Like I can't do it. Now, let me tell you the nightmare. So this was when I was a kid. And I don't remember very much of it because I think it was like a really short one, but it like messed me up in the morning. Like, oh my god, I was so scared. But like I had this nightmare where I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night or some shit like that. I went and I sat down and did my business, and then I was my legs started getting tingly, so I couldn't stand up. So I was like, well, shoot, I'll just pull up my pants here, and then I'll flush the toilet at the same time, you know? And so I flushed the toilet and like bent down to like pull up my pants, and my butt fell through. Because, you know, I'm a little kid, and so I fell in the toilet. But because I fell in the toilet, my butt, like, got suctioned over the hole. So as it's flushing, it starts pulling out my insides. Like, I was flushing down my intestines. And then I woke up.
Jesus.
Girl.
You have the most disturbing nightmare award.
What is wrong with you? Did something happen in your childhood that just fucked you up?
Lots of things, but that's a different story.
What? God.
Yeah, man. Like, I remember, like, waking up, like, cold sweat, and then just, like,
No shit.
like, staring at my wall. I was like, I am never doing that.
God.
Never. Like, went right back to bed.
You're okay. Never heard of anyone being afraid of their toilet.
And I know it doesn't make sense because, like, you could still sit on the toilet and flush the toilet and everything will be fine because it's got, like, little air pockets and you can't contort your body enough to where your anus is plugged in, like, the fucking hole, and it's not going to be strong enough to do all of that, but still.
Girl.
I understand that it's stupid. Give me credit for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of them. I've had my most intense chase one. I don't know if I should talk about this one. I'm gonna do it because I'm pretty sure she doesn't even know that this is happening. So this was with my mother in a Volkswagen Beetle, yellow. We were trapped in a maze. And she was chasing me down because apparently I didn't fold the shirt the correct way. And so she was chasing me down in the Volkswagen. And I remember running through molasses. And it was terrible. And I was almost there, like I could see the exit. And she clipped my leg, broke my leg. And I'm like crawling on the ground. And I could like hear the car like start just like creeping up on me. And I hear her yelling through the window, "I'm gonna run you over. You're dumb. You can't fold this shirt right." And my fingers like brushed the exit, and then everything went black, and I woke up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, guys, I think I've had
childhood trauma.
A little bit of childhood trauma.
Dude, I thought my childhood was fucked up, but apparently not. God damn.
Jesus.
I told you this topic was going to be fun. Okay, does anybody else have any other ones that they want to share? Because I could go on for like days.
Let me see. I had, going back to recurring ones, this is another just shorter one, but like very similar dreams that I had for a while there. It was a 1.5 year span or so. This was 3 years ago, something like that, 4 years ago. And yeah, I'd be just gradually entering like a more and more city-like area. And as I enter the city more and more, the weather is getting worse and worse until eventually I'm like on the coast, and it's always in a different building. Sometimes it's like in a great big skyscraper, and sometimes it's just in a house or something like that. One time it was in a house that was like made mostly of glass, which was really trippy. But yeah, a giant fucking tidal wave, I swear, like 2 fucking miles high, just like unimaginably gargantuan wave all of a sudden comes out of nowhere, you know, and just comes up, and I'm looking up at it, you know, just completely fucking terrified, just holding on to whoever I'm with in the dream, always, you know, like a different person. And then, yeah, the wave comes crashing down on the city, and I wake up.
Damn.
And I had
disaster nightmare.
Yeah, and I had those, God, a dozen times or so.
Nah, mine just usually involve like me dying some weird, peculiar way. Oh no, there was that meteor one.
Oh,
that one was pretty cool. I'm so desensitized to my own nightmares. Should they even be considered nightmares at that point?
Yeah, what does qualify as a nightmare?
Yeah, I think a nightmare has to actually scare you, or else... Or I don't know, there are some dreams I've had that are just really creepy and bizarre, and I would probably call them nightmares just because they're like uncanny valley weirdness kind of thing.
Why the fuck are you tagging me right now?
I found a meme, and I decided to use the Wendy Williams quote, because we keep talking about how the memes are so lately.
Oh, yeah. So exceptionally good. So, okay, hang on. Let me Google the, like, definition of nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'd be interesting.
So, the definition for nightmare, I forgot the word, is a frightening or unpleasant dream.
Okay, unpleasant. Yeah.
It's
No.
also
I've had many of those.
a terrifying or very unpleasant experience or prospect, and a person, thing, or situation that is very difficult to deal with. Those are definitions and uses and shit. So yeah, it's basically anything that's just scary or unsettling, which can count for nearly all of my dreams. So I guess, yes, they are nightmares.
A decent portion of my dreams, or yeah.
Yeah, no,
Unsettling,
I can't.
unpleasant.
I cannot remember for the life of me a pleasant dream.
Really? My God, I've had some really lovely ones.
No,
I've had some fun ones.
it was nightmares for like the longest time, or it would be like back in the day before I started weed. It would be like just sheer exhaustion, because at the same time, like I would have hard time falling asleep, and then I would have a hard time staying asleep. So like my insomniac tendencies, like I would just stay up for hours, like catching like a couple hours of sleep before I went to school and everything, because I either couldn't go to sleep or I couldn't stay asleep.
Yeah.
And that was me for, good God, years. I think from like my elementary times up until I finished high school.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's why I was always tired and grumpy in the morning.
That you would wake up at like what, 4 in the morning and walk your happy ass to school?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I had the worst I had the worst sleep schedule, and it was because I don't have pleasant dreams. So the exhaustion, I always tried to like get myself exhausted because it was better than the nightmares, because then it was just a dreamless night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about talking to somebody about that? Because I don't think that's normal.
I mean, I think I know what it's from, but I don't really want to go back because it costs money to go talk to somebody, and I'm okay.
Okay.
For real, weed seriously helps. Like, weed, I don't have like...
Dreams are so fun.
I have sensations, and those are nice. But I don't have like anything like actually like visibly playing in my brain. And that's really nice for me. I don't mind that. Like, I can sleep really good.
See, that's chippy. It's like, I don't know, I still dream.
I don't remember dreams.
Smoking weed. Yeah, I like dreaming.
Yeah. I mean, I wish, but
most of the time.
I think with nowadays, like with how my nightmares and how long they've been going, like it's just like it's another adventure, but it's like a horror game. I probably won't survive it, but it's got an interesting experience, and so like most of them just, they don't, like, I get jump scared in my own dreams, but I don't get like scared.
Oh, yeah, did you guys see that brief little story snippet thing I posted on Facebook a while back?
No, is this part of the episode, or should I cut from here?
It was one of my nightmares. I'll have to post that to the page.
Yeah,
what? You're gonna post something to the page?
Because I wrote a whole fucking thing.
Do it! Because I have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay, alright. Folks, cool. Keep your eyes out for a more detailed nightmare story from Isaac.
I'm like the host of the Twilight Zone.
Oh my God. Okay, so does anybody else have anything to add?
Man, I wish I was good at remembering nightmares. Like, I'm good at remembering real life events, but for some reason my dreams, like, I forget them rather quickly, except for reoccurring ones, like the planes and school shooting dreams and shit like that. Like, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
because I got some genuine stuff out of you guys.
Yeah, nothing else like really scary comes to mind. Just
you think I would with all the horror movies I watch.
Creepy or strange.
And I barely watch movies, and I have like the best nightmares.
Literally watch horror movies all the time. When I watch TV, it's usually horror related. My music is horror related, yet there's little to no nightmares. I don't quite understand.
Yeah. So everybody good then?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Well, I guess that's everything for us. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. If it actually goes up this time. I'm sorry that the last episode didn't go up on YouTube. I don't know what happened, and I could not figure out how to fix it. Believe me, I tried. That was an ordeal. I was
Bitches.
so upset because I pressed that button so it would go up to YouTube and it never worked. And I was so sad. So I'm going to make sure that we have it on YouTube this time. I'm going to send pictures and stuff. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to be contacting some people.
You send an email straight to Susan at YouTube. Be like, bitch, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what's going on? What is going on? Anyway, so make sure to like and follow us there. Also, keep in mind, like we said before, we will have links down in the descriptions. So if you want to do something to help out all these matters, because let's be real, it's fucking ridiculous that we're going through this. It's 2020. We should be way past this. This should not even, like, it's stupid. It's bringing everybody out, including the introverts. And honey, I am not happy that I'm being out of my house for this.
Yeah, Bree went outside to a protest.
I went to a protest.
I didn't even have to fight her. I was just like, want to go? And she was like, yeah. That never happened.
So whatever you guys do, whether it be sharing our podcast so people, like, other people can get the information, going to the actual links and donating or sharing those or talking about it with your family, like, spread the word.
And I will be sharing stuff on our page too, just like over the week, just like constantly resources and shit for you to share.
Absolutely. So. We have what is the most beautiful thing ever for our generation. We have the internet. We have the power. We can talk. We can spread the message. Let's get this done because we should be past this.
Yep.
This is ridiculous. So, anyway, thank you so much, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Join us next time. Adios.
Adios.
Bye.